Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you are doing super well. I thank you for my last video, for the likes, subscribes, and for the questions. So we're just going to dive in. There's so many topics to go over. So I'm going to first go into Chuck Grassley. I want to know when January 6th happened and there was Chuck Grassley who said if Pence can't do it, if Pence doesn't okay the election, then he would be willing to step in and do it. Which makes you kind of go, did he know about the coup? Was he, because you're guilt by association. If you know about it, you don't say something, you're guilty of it. So here's a man who didn't push Trump to concede the election. He supported Trump by kind of pretending like January 6th was any normal day. And then he had his, sold his soul to the devil when he got Trump's endorsement. So I don't have a lot of faith in this man. So let's have a look and see. Did he know about the coup? Did he know about it enough that he wanted to stop it? Or, there's just something. Let's just look and see. What does Chuck Grassley have to say? Oh, he knew. First card up is Judgment. This is a man of self-preservation. I think that he obviously uses Trump, his influence over the Republican Party or the Trump part of the Republican Party. I think that he is aware that he is a turncoat and that he was aware of it, but he wasn't using it in the sense of, I'm a patriot, I believe in democracy. He was doing it as a stepping stone to get further along, to keep his power, because for whatever reason, this man of 88 has no desire to step back and just relax and enjoy life. He just wants the power, the power, the power. So, Page of Wands. He 100% had knowledge of rash decisions that would be occurring. So this puts him news or announcements. I would not be surprised if through the January 6th committee or through the next few years of having to clean up this Donald Trump mess, that we won't hear about Grassley having some kind of documentation or something that shows that he knew about it, because he had said, if Pence can't do it, I will. So, Seven of Pentacles. Here, with the Seven of Pentacles, here you're seeing a man who is, on one end, concerned very much with money and really just looking at what he does now and how that affects his future. So he's planning his future. He plans to keep in power. He has turned to the dark side, and he's going to live it. So yes, did he know? Yes, he did. My next question comes from Jillian Faye Ring about Jim Jordan. So I'm just going to look around the energies around him. And Jillian, if I said your name correctly, yay! And if I didn't, I apologize profusely. I thank you for your questions. So let's check in with Jim Jordan. I thought, let's look at the energy surrounding him right now. And he recently said that when or if they win the House, they are planning on impeaching Fauci. They're going to go after Merrick Garland. There's a lot of ramping up, and this is also being supported by Bannon. So I just think it would be an interesting read to see about Jim Jordan. Oops. The cards want to talk right away. Jim Jordan, what is he thinking, feeling? What's his position at this moment of time? Ew. No surprise here, we got the Three of Swords. This is somebody who's completely lost their moral compass. There is going to be heartache and heartbreak to him. I think this is probably indicating that there's a good possibility he is going to be dragged into the Trump universe of deplorables who are going to be called to justice, God willing. I think there's something more on his plate coming. Let's just look and see. Is he going to be pulled into the January 6th, story with Donald Trump? Is he going to get in trouble because of his association with Donald Trump? Because to get a Three of Swords, big heartache. Ooh, Two of Swords. Jim Jordan, you are going to end up having to meet your maker, and you are going to be questioned, and you are going to use delay tactics to try to keep it at bay. Oh, we got the Fool card here. He is definitely 100% involved. I think the reason why he's got the Three of Swords coming up around his energy is that he's beating the Donald Trump drum, but I think he himself, ooh, the wheel. Jim Jordan, fasten your seatbelt. I think that where you are now is not going to be where you are in the future. And with the Three of Swords here, you're going to be going through a major heartbreak. You've got the wheel. So whatever luck you had going, whatever momentum you've had going, something's gonna occur. It's gonna be legal. It's going to like stop you in your tracks, and the wheel is going to turn. I think you're going to have some kind of consequence to your actions that are going to be legal. Whoa. Yay, Jim Jordan. Okay, so the next question is, he said if he can get control of the Senate, he will impeach Garland. So I thought, let's just look and see, one, what's the energies around them getting control of the Senate, and two, will they go after Fauci? So first, if they get control of the Senate, or will they get control of the Senate? Will they get control of the Senate? Will they get control of the Senate? Five of Swords. So this is kind of scary. The Republicans are planning on using brute force. So it's almost a feeling of they will use whatever tactic they can to win, and they don't care about the consequences. So we have to be very careful that we have to be very careful about what the Republicans are actually doing behind closed doors. To me, this is an indication that, look, they're willing to do anything. So there's stuff going on behind the scenes. Will they impeach? Will they impeach Fauci? Will they impeach Fauci? Will they impeach Fauci? Nine of Pentacles. Anything that they do to go towards Fauci, Fauci can weather the storm. There is some monetary questionability here, but it's like, even if there are questions, he'll be able to weather the storm. So he'll be okay, but this kind of makes me feel like there might be some questions coming up to him. Whether he'll be impeached or not, I think there's a possibility, yeah, he might get impeached. And yeah, they would, there's some kind of money situation here that they could exploit and try to make it look really negative. It is so important for voting to happen that the Democrats get out and vote, because the energies are really negative around the Republicans. And I mean, they want to get control beyond anything. So will he impeach Merrick Garland? Will they go forth and impeach Merrick Garland? Knight of Pentacles. I think that this is saying that, look, Garland is a trustworthy man, so I don't think that they'll get the opportunity to impeach him. I think that he has enough integrity, enough sense and sensibility that he's not going to be called out in a negative way. So, you know what? Let's look at Merrick Garland, because the fact is that Republicans are fed up with him. The Democrats are fed up with him. People are losing their patience because they want to see results. So let's look at Merrick Garland. Let's see what's happening with him. Maybe we should look at like let's look at the energies around him. So let's look at the current energies, the near future energies, and then the far future energies. So we'll just kind of get an overall reading with Merrick Garland. So what are the energies around Merrick Garland right now? What's the energies around him? How's he feeling? Because I'm sure he has to be feeling an awful lot of pressure. And I mean, we've done a couple of readings on him, and it keeps feeling like, you know, he's truly trying to do the right thing in an almost impossible situation, because I can't imagine the papers they have to wade through and the circus. Like, it's just a circus. But obviously the January 6th committee has really shown that Donald Trump is guilty of so many things. So people want Merrick Garland to go forth and go after Trump. So maybe we should ask, no, first we'll do Merrick Garland, then we'll ask about, will he actually charge Trump? So let's look at Merrick Garland now. Four of Pentacles. So right now he's in a comfort zone, funnily enough, and he really believes in the benefit of time. He feels that there needs to be more time. There's a benefit to waiting this out for a while. I think he does have the goods on him, but he is being unbelievably cautious. And I think there's, you know, I think the wealth of information, even if you watch how the January 6th committee is going along, even as they're doing it, they're getting witnesses, surprise witnesses. So I think Merrick Garland is just having to deal with an awful lot, and he's trying to do it, you know, as quickly, but willing to go as slowly as need be, you know. So in the near future, In the near future, Merlin Garland. You have the Eight of Cups. So there's going to be an abandonment of plans. There's something here that he's going to feel like he's not going to be able to do everything. So his decision is going to limit his success, but he's feeling a certain need to abandon what he had envisioned. And it's almost like, you know, I want to put him in jail for 100 years, but look, if you put him in jail for 50, that's good enough. But no, I want to go for the full 100. That's the mentality. So in the far future, ooh, we have the Knight of Cups. So there's going to be advancing in the far future. So when I say like right now is right now, the near future I look at in the next 3 months, and for the far future I'm kind of thinking in the next 6 to 9 months. So I think that there's going to be in the next 6 to 9 months that we're going to see Merlin Garland getting on board, maybe changing some of his plans to go after everything and realize that, you know, it's more important to actually do something. So in the not too distant future, Garland is definitely going to come on board. But the big question is going to be, will he charge Donald Trump? 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 Yes, darlings, dreams can come true. It can happen to you. The Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts means that, or the Queen of Cups, I should say, means that actions will make our dreams come true. So Merlin Garland will definitely 100% make an action, and he is going to go and criminally charge Donald Trump. It may not be on our timeline because we'd like to see it happen yesterday, but within the next 6 to 9 months, you're going to see Garland charge Donald Trump. Yes, darlings, yes. I love this. Okay. So next question I have from Spirit Beyond the Stars. I love that. Spirit Beyond the Stars. Wanted to know if Bobart will end up resigning, especially over her last text message. So let's see what's going to happen with Bobart. Is she going to end up having to resign? Because there's just, I mean, I've always seen catastrophe coming for her. But what will be her destiny? Will she end up having to resign? Oh, she feels left out. They're going to push her out. She's going to have to say bye-bye. So will she have to resign? Yes, because she won't have a choice. They're going to push her out. So there you go. I like that reading. That was good. Our next question is Cleta Mitchell, who is a Republican, pro-Trump, was on the phone call with Trump about the Georgia election. She has been subpoenaed, so I thought, let's have a look and see what this deplorable is going to have to face when it comes to the subpoena. What's her story? What's her gonna be her fate? Like, what's happening with her? I mean, she literally tried to overturn the election. She was on the phone call. Like, how much evidence do you need? But anyway, let's see. Cleta Mitchell, what's gonna happen for you? This person is a big player in this. There is going to be information about phone calls, connections. She is on the ground floor working for, doing for Donald Trump. Ooh, in the near future, my darling, you've got the 10 of Wands. So she's under a lot of stress. It's almost as though what she has said or what she can say will not matter because they have the information, the influence, the text messages, the connections. And she's going to be under a lot of strain, a lot of stress. She's got so much stress that she's got the Tower. Boom, baby, boom. You're going down. You're going down. The Tower. There is no escaping her fate. She is going to get in a lot of trouble. I feel like there's certain people, for whatever reason, they're dispensable. And it's like the ones that are the most Trumpian are the ones that are the easiest to let them, you know, get pushed under the bus. And I feel like this is what's going to happen with her. She is going to have to face some kind of legal consequences. Her life's going to fall apart. Come on now. We got the World, beginnings and endings. This with the Tower, huge endings. Huge endings. So, yeah. Cleta Mitchell, I don't see a lot of positive things coming in your future. You shouldn't have laid in bed with the dog Donald Trump. End of. So last but not least, we're going to look at Josh Hawley, who today was in conversation with a professor. This is about abortion access. And he really tried to play on people's fears to, this is a guy who comes from a wealthy background. His father was a banker. He has had a privileged life, a privileged up. Last, but unfortunately not least, we're going to look at Josh Hawley. Hayley. Josh, we're going to look at him because, look, the fact is that he is so far up Trump's he can see his tonsils. This is a guy who clapped for white supremacy, who did not want to certify Biden, who was against Biden's certification. So let's have a look at him. He's certainly in the news recently because he was having a conversation with a professor, and you could tell that he was trying to be smart and wordy and trying to really go after and fairmongle to people to kind of confuse them. Whereas it almost, and I'd be interested to see, like, how do you guys feel about that situation when it comes to transgender and what happened between Josh and the professor? Because I think it's a case of the professor's looking at it going, look, a woman can be a biological woman. A woman can be a transgender man because that means they have biological plumbing as a woman, or it can be a non-binary, which can be a woman who's attracted to either men or women or what have you. So she was coming from the position of these are the groups that are being affected by the abortion laws, because you're not recognizing that a transgender man can have a baby. But it's like, it's a difficult conversation to have, because then you're getting into, how do you feel personally about it? Is there a difference between, gender and biological sex? you know, it's a complicated situation. And as for myself, I've had experience with transgender. One place where I worked, there was a transgender man, and in my son's school, like when he was in grade 2 or 3, there was a transgender child. And I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't think of it. It didn't dawn on me. Like, I mean, obviously you notice because, you know, when I went into the classroom, I had to be aware of it. But it wasn't presented as a problem. It was just sort of, this is how it is. So in the present, we've got the Ace of Swords. He thinks he's being smart. He thinks he is, he really is trying to produce fear and confusion. And when people feel confused, they just say, you know what, I don't want to know. I just don't care. He is trying to muddy the waters, and he's knowingly doing it. 8 of Cups. He is on the way out. He's going to end up having to walk away from his job. He's going to have to walk away. He's going to get himself in trouble. This is going to become something. We've got the Knight of Cups. So if he's walking away and he's got the Knight of Cups, what's he walking into? Because with the Knight of Cups, this could be him getting in trouble, getting some kind of subpoena. There's something happening here that his truth is going to cause him to walk away. With the Knight of Cups, is he trying to make is he trying to make a deal? He's going to be talking about the past. Oh, guys, I think he's in enough trouble. Ooh. Yes, my darlings. He is in enough trouble that he is, like, he is part of the plan. He's in. He's part of it. He's connected. He's a goner. He's scamming. It's okay. For me, like, that just felt like, for me, that reading felt like in the near to far future, he's still going to be in place, but he's either working or feeling or having to come to the conclusion that he has to save himself. So maybe he's talking behind the scenes. That's the feeling I'm getting. I just want to know, is he talking? Because there's just this feeling like he's... Ooh. It feels like there's something, like he's in trouble, but he's going to try to go behind the scenes to deal with it before it becomes all-encompassing to him. Like, there's a reason why I feel there's a reason why the cards are slanting that way. Queen of Cups. Yes, 100%. He's going to be dragged into some kind of... With the Queen of Cups here, there's definitely going to be action taken against him, but it's going to take a little bit of time. But I definitely feel that his actions are going to cause him to be held accountable and responsible for his actions. Just might take a little bit of oh, yeah, he's going to be called up and he's going to have some trouble. Sorry, Josh. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, to be honest with you. All right. Oh, and one thing I forgot, because as I'm looking here, I've got Cleta Mitchell. Do you know that she is presently working on the advisory board of the U.S. election? So she's on the advisory committee to make sure that going forward we're going to have fair elections, and she was directly involved in tampering with the election. So she's now, so on this team, she gets to look at finances, where the money goes, which voting boxes are they allowed, or voting machines are they allowed to use. And this is supposed to be a nonpartisan group. She is not nonpartisan, and as the reading showed, she's got the tower coming, so it'll take time. It's going to take time, but we are going to get there. The energies are starting to show some momentum. Can you feel it? All right, my friends. So that's our reading for today. I thank you so much for your energy, your questions, and if I didn't get to them, there's going to be another video coming, and if you have another question, leave it in the comments below. So as always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. Thank you for joining me today, and cheerio till later.